Okay, I'm so glad everyone could join me. So excuse me if I glitch or maybe if I don't answer something right away, but I'll do my very best, okay? So today we are going to be celebrating Valentine's Day and Chinese New Year. So both are falling on the same weekend. So I thought we would make some fortune cookies so we could kind of liven it up a little bit with a Valentine's Day theme with some chocolate and some sprinkles. And if you wanted to, you could actually make your own little Valentine sayings, or you could make a wish of some kind and put it on your paper for inside your cookie. But if you haven't done that, then that's okay too. They can just be straight cookie. All right, so guys, this recipe is super easy. The recipe that I had posted online says to use a mixer, but we're just gonna go by hand today, okay? So what we've got here is I've got my sugar and I've got my egg whites. Sorry, can everybody hear me? Okay, my egg whites. I've also have my melted butter ready to go. So once you melt your butter, just let it cool a little bit so it doesn't cook your eggs when you add it into your mix, okay? So you want it just to be able to feel the bottom of it. It just feels slightly warmer than room temperature, okay? All right, so I'm gonna put my egg whites in with my sugar. And we're just gonna whisk this until it's frothy. A little bit of an arm workout today. And also, if you haven't done so, just make sure that you preheat your oven to 375 degrees, okay? I won't make you do this for 2 minutes, I promise.
Hey chef, while you're beating that, can we use something other than milk-based butter?
I have never tried it with a vegan alternative, but I'm pretty sure you can.
What would you suggest for this kind of thing for a vegan alternative?
I use melt at home. I find melt is melt has butter sticks that are actually very good for baking. So you can see it looks nice and frothy. So then to this, we're gonna add in our 3 tablespoons of water with our vanilla extract. And I also put in the almond extract. If you don't have the almond extract, don't worry, you can just have it with just vanilla, okay? Okay. And then I'm gonna add in my melted butter that's been slightly cooled, or I guess you could use a butter alternative as well. Making sure that the mix is nice and homogeneous before we put in our flour. Okay, so I'm going to sift my flour in over top of my mix. Just making sure that we have no lumps. And then you're just going to whisk until smooth.
Hi folks, for those of you who are just joining us a little late, we are making Valentine's Day fortune cookies, or just fortune cookies, or non-Valentine's Day. If you want to be lonely this year, that's okay too.
You can make these actually for any kind of occasion, really. You could do it for birthdays.
Send yourself positive affirmations that you can forget about later when you open them.
Every day you can have one and say, you know, this is going to be your day. Stay grounded. Smile at a stranger. All right. So you can see our mix is nice and smooth. Everybody good? Kylie, you got it? So funny. I love that everyone's got their screens on today. Okay, how's everyone's mix? Good? So-so?
Kylie, do you have a question, Kylie? I saw you going for the unmute button, but I think your hands are too messy.
Let's see.
That looks pretty good.
Sorry, can you put your whisk in and then hold up your whisk?
We are getting an incredible shot of Chef Laura's hair.
Sorry guys. Look, I need to get my highlights done. I think that should be okay, Kylie.
Okay.
Might be a bit thick, but that's okay. You can thin it with a tiny bit of water.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Daniel, for letting me know.
If it makes you feel better, yours probably looks a lot better than mine.
That's okay. We all know that the hairdressers are closed right now. Okay. So I have a silicone mat on my baking tray. If you don't have one of these, that's okay. You can use a parchment paper. But if you do like to bake, I would really, really suggest getting something like this. Oh, perfect, Grace. Yep. So these are great because you can wash them, and I've had some of my mats. That looks better, Kylie. Yeah. I've had some of my mats for about 20 years. Okay. Okay. So when you are making these, it's really, really important that you only do about 2 or 3 at a time. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take about a tablespoon of the mix and take a little bit more. Okay. And then you can actually just use the back of your spoon and you're going to spread it into a circle, trying to be even. Okay. Doesn't have to look perfect. Okay. So we'll do about 3 on a tray. So a trick with your parchment paper. If you're using parchment paper, you can actually use a little bit of your batter and you can just put a little bit on the pan like this. And then you can put your parchment paper down and that helps to stick your paper to your tray so it doesn't start bunching up. Okay.
Now, Chef, I'm seeing you've put 3 on each pan. Could people do more?
You could, but that would mean you would have to work really, really fast. So
Okay.
I would suggest doing 3. I think 3 for me is my max.
Okay.
Okay, so then once you've got them spread out, then we're gonna pop them into a 375-degree oven for about 7 minutes. Okay, so you just want to keep an eye on them because you want them to be golden brown, but not too brown where they're going to crack when we fold them. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. So I'm just going to pop these into the oven, okay? We're going to try this oven today, but if it doesn't work, I'm just going to do a backup tray for the other oven, okay? So I'm just going to start on a second tray, just so I can show you guys some examples. So again, your circles don't have to be perfect. It's nice and even.
So Chef, those are looking really, really thin. Like, should people be able to see? Like, is it just basically enough that you can't see through it?
Yes, basically, yeah. So you want it to be thin, but you still don't want to see the parchment or the sheet underneath.
Okay.
Sorry, yes, I should have mentioned that. So nice and like just thinned out, but not not too much, because if you if they're too thick, then they'll take a little bit longer to cook, usually in the middle. And then the outsides will be pretty brown. So it's almost like, I don't know what to compare that with. It's almost like when you put like a runny cake batter in and then it just spreads on the tray. That's what it kind of should look like.
It's like a crepe.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go put these ones in the other oven. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna use my timer. I'm gonna do an eye check at 5 minutes here. How's everyone doing? Okay?
I didn't see anyone else go to the oven,
thumbs
but
up.
I see thumbs up.
Okay.
I guess, Chef, is this a good time for us to reveal what we're doing next week, or do we have more tasks to do while we bake?
Well, I'm just gonna quickly say that I've got some chocolate left over from our hot chocolate bomb demo. So I'm just gonna melt this a little bit and then we're gonna use it to dip our fortune cookies in. Okay. But yes, we can definitely talk about what we're doing next week because it's super fun.
I'll give you the honors.
Oh, okay. So next week we're talking about maybe something a little bit more Mexican themed. So we're gonna make churros next week. Mm-hmm.
Churros and?
So churros, and I think we're gonna make a vanilla ice cream and we're gonna make a chocolate sauce as well. Okay, so the ice cream will be a no churn ice cream, and then we'll get those recipes up by Monday, okay? Or on Monday. Super, super easy to make. And really, really good to eat too.
Are we making the healthy kind of ice cream, or are we going for it?
Oh yeah, we're not making healthy ice cream. We're actually making a no churn vanilla ice cream. So it's using condensed milk. So you can even make it ahead of time if you wanted. Okay. So I'm just gonna be over here checking on my chocolate. And if you have chocolate chips, you can use those too. Or if you don't want chocolate at all, you don't have to have chocolate.
And so I guess for folks who are watching us, because I know what you're doing right now is a technique we've seen a few times on the program, but essentially what you have there is just a steel bowl over steaming water. Correct.
So it's the water's at a simmer, almost at a simmer. You don't want it to be too full, maybe about half an inch to an inch. And you never want the bottom of your bowl to be touching the water. We're just going to gently melt this. I'm actually just going to turn off my heat because it will melt as we move on to our other tasks.
I guess this is a good public safety announcement too. You shouldn't keep paper on your gas stoves at home.
Yes, sorry, don't do that. Unless you want to test your your fire extinguishers. Okay. So also while you're waiting for your cookies in the oven, you can actually get yourself a mug or a cup, just something that will be easy to put the cookies over top. And then we're just gonna have them rest in the muffin tray. If you don't have a muffin tray, then that's okay. If you have a ramekin or a small bowl, oh, she's so cute. Then you can also use that. Or if you don't have any of those things at home, then you can actually just hold them gently until they actually cool down. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to do a quick eye check on my oven. Let's see. Looking good. Still going to need a couple more minutes. They're still really light. Does everyone have theirs in the oven? Looks good? Okay.
People have disappeared. Oh, there's Emily emerging.
Okay. Perfect. Did everyone make fortunes? Yeah, this one is really important. I know it's a little bit timing in between, but it's just really important that you only do a small amount at a time. And you'll see why once we pull the first tray out.
So I guess we can assume that like the Mandarin fortune cookies are not made by hand then.
I'll assume that's probably a no. They'd be working night and day, I think.
Yeah.
Although they're probably a lot faster at it than I am. Probably get a lot more practice. Okay, so I've got my chocolate is ready to go. And again, it's not necessary to have chocolate, but it is kind of nice. Sprinkles. I can smell my cookies. Okay.
Emily, are you finished baking? Chef, what do we think?
So I'll just let everybody see. So see how they're nice and golden on the outside, but the inside's still a little bit undercooked. So we're just going to put them in for one more minute, okay? Okay, the anticipation, I know.
So how do you want to do this, Chef? Do we want a time that folks are doing theirs while you're instructing, or is it better for them to watch first?
You might just want to watch for the first one.
Okay.
And then you can continue on from there, like whatever you feel most comfortable with. I'll show you one without a fortune first, just so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to actually use my measuring cup, just because it's a little higher to the camera. So I think everybody will be able to see that a little bit better. We'll move it down a touch. Okay. Perfect. Okay, let me see. Start the magic. Okay. So just use flip. What do you see? So we're just going to use a flipper. You're going to flip them over. Remember to work a little bit fast here. So then what you're going to do is you're going to fold this in half. Okay, make sure, careful guys, because it's really hot. And then you're going to fold it over top like this. And then they go straight into the pan to cool. Okay, so I'll show you one more time. So they go in half. Okay, really hot though, okay, watch your fingers, okay? And then you can even hold it from the sides or the top, and then you're gonna do a light press, and then just use the sides of your fingers just to hold them on the side just to create the shape, and then put them in here. And then they're gonna cool in here. Okay, just again, it's really hot on your fingers, guys, so I know. So for the little ones there, just be careful. Maybe because I have no more feeling in my fingertips. I know.
Kylie, do you want us to call EMS? Town of Oakville actually doesn't provide that service. That's the region, sorry.
I have contacts there too. Maybe just like one more minute. I can put them in.
Chef, do you have any suggestions for people who may be injuring their fingers trying to do this? Is
Cold
there
water.
cold water? Okay.
I know, guys, it's one of those things, even if you wanted to wear plastic gloves, you could put plastic gloves on, if that would help.
And,
Nice job, Emily. Looks good.
and I guess the fortune would just lay flat in before we fold it in.
Yeah, I'll do a few now with some fortunes, okay?
Groovy.
So you see what I mean about just working in groups of 2 or 3? It's difficult. Even if you wanted to let it sit for a minute, then you can do that. All right, so here I am. I'm gonna put in my little fortune, and I'm gonna put it on the one side. If you wanted to, you could use your tool to flip it over. But again, I don't have any more feeling in my fingertips from baking. And then it's the same process. Let's see. So even if you wanted to let it sit here for a second, you can. And I'm going to show you a good example of what happens when the middles are not quite done. So you kind of get a little bit of a cracking here. But we're going to go for it because it's still okay. Okay. Whoops. That one needed a bit more time. I'm just going to put this one back in the oven for a sec. Okay, how's everyone doing? Okay. How's everyone's fingers? Burnt? Oh.
I saw a lot of wincing. I don't know.
I know.
Doesn't look like anyone sped off to the hospital or anything, so we're all good.
That's good. It is hot work.
Mm.
But they do look nice, right?
How long do they need to sit for?
Not very long. Like these are already set and okay.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, as long as you're just putting them in the mold just to help hold the shape.
So you do really have to be fast because they're
You have
set
to be-
now.
Yeah, you have
Wow.
to be fast. That's why it's always better to work when they're really hot, and I know it's not nice on your fingers.
So why would people do this? Like, how did this come to be?
Why do people do that?
No, like, why this cookie? Like, it seems like a sadistic cookie. Like,
It's really for the ones you love, Daniel, you know?
that's right. You're right. I incur much worse injuries for love.
Did you guys want me to make a few more to show you, or do you guys think you've got it?
Let's see how the chocolate comes into play.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not making cookies, so if anyone there still needs tips.
Should we give everyone a few more minutes?
I'd say just go for it.
Go for it? Okay. I'm just gonna heat up my chocolate a bit.
One of the Hallmans just hit us with like a TikTok dance, so I think they're ready for the next.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm not a very good TikToker.
I don't know if it was a call out. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do back. I was born in the 80s. Do I have to defend my family now? Like, what's my responsibility here? I don't want to embarrass myself.
You could pull out an 80s dance, Daniel. It might be similar.
I don't know. I was an infant in the 80s. I wasn't dancing.
Okay. Okay. So here we go. Push over. Can everybody see? So I just have some melted chocolate here. And really it's whatever you want to do. Doesn't have to be fancy. So I'm just going to take my fortune cookie and I'm just going to dip one side into the chocolate. Okay. And just take a little bit of the excess off. And then I'm just going to shake a few sprinkles on here. Nothing crazy. Oh, here I am. There we go. Be a nice little surprise for the lunch bag. Oh, nice. Grace, what is that?
It's like from a set.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
So fun. Oh, I love that. Okay. Everybody doing okay?
Chef,
Pretty easy once you get the hang of it, right?
with the same cookie recipe, what other, like, because obviously we made them like the fortune cookies for Chinese New Year. But is there any other shapes that you can kind of quickly do that are, that are equally neat?
Well, actually, I guess you could, if you have anything that is like wavy in nature, you could actually spread it out in a rectangle, and then you could bake it on your tray as a rectangle, and then when you take it off, you can lay it on the wavy mold that you might have, and that would be a nice cookie on a dessert.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking of like doing like a 3D heart kind of thing if we're going for the full Valentine's Day.
Yes, that would be really crafty. You might have to call in Diane to help us with that.
Nice. Diane, shout out.
Diane is super crafty. She's awesome. Okay. But it does make a lot, and you can freeze the mix too. If you find you've got too much, so you can always pop it in the freezer, put it in a Ziploc bag or a bowl and label it, and then just bring it to room temperature or fridge overnight and then room temperature, and then you can go again. But they look so nice.
Awesome.
They're nice and crispy.
Does anyone have any that are completed that they can show off? Okay, I'm getting the wave from Hallman family. I think we're posing with them for TikTok.
Emily, that's great. Very nice.
Nice.
Oh, nice, Kylie.
Kylie added the chocolate.
Nice. White sprinkles. Oh, nice.
All right, let's see if the Hallman family can show us what's up. I think we're doing a photo shoot there a little bit with them.
Good job with the gloves. Grace, was it better with the gloves on? Yeah. I didn't know if you were doing dishes.
Cool. I think we see you now. We don't see the counter, chef.
Okay. Hi.
Well, I guess I guess we can. I mean, if preparation is done, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to jump in. We look forward to obviously seeing everyone next week when we make churros and ice cream. But we are starting some new virtual programs next week as well. So you heard Chef Laura give a shout out to Diane. So Diane is the town's cultural coordinator, and Diane is going to be offering a free crafting program starting Wednesdays at 3:45. Sorry, Tuesdays at 3:45. Tuesdays at 3:45. So if you want to take part in a free craft program, join us on Tuesdays at 3:45. All that information is up on the same webpage you found to get here. We're also introducing a new mental health wellness program next week, and it's going to happen right after For the Love of Cooking with Chef Laura Strath. So if you think you might benefit from it, or if you know someone else that may benefit from it, basically we have registered social worker Nabil Rahman, who's going to come in and he's going to give some practical tools on what folks can do to ease a little bit of the stress that comes along with isolation, compounding from COVID-19, and really just other ways to improve our lives. So if you want to join us, you can just sort of stay online and we'll jump right over to that. Otherwise, Chef, we have anything else for this week?
I was just going to say that when you are storing your cookies, the fortune cookies can actually stay in a sealed container for quite some time. But once you have chocolate on them, then they might have a little bit of a shorter shelf life. Okay. I see laughing going on there.
Cool.
Grace, how did it go?
Not good.
It's a good first attempt. They're a little bit tricky. Did anybody need a little bit more of a demo? Is everybody okay? You got it? Okay.
Good. All right. Well, everyone enjoy their fortune cookies. Enjoy times with your loved one over Valentine's Day. And enjoy time with your family over Family Day. And then finally, if you celebrate Chinese New Year's, please enjoy, again, as safely as you can with those you love. And we hope to see you next week. Bye,
Yes.
all.
Good night.
Hey, Chef, you might also have to end the meeting because I believe you are the host.
Oh, thank you. I'm the host today. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Ruby.